A very warm welcome to this video, which is titled The Fullness of Bhairavi, Experiencing the World as Divine Power. The concept of Bhairavi in Hindu Tantra is fundamentally associated with a transformative and dynamic aspect of the divine feminine. The name Bhairavi itself is derived from the Sanskrit root Bhai, which means fear or awe, and the suffix Ravi, which often implies radiance or shining. Every god figure, whether it be in Bhagavad Gita, Lord Krishna appearing in chapter 11, or the power, the energy, the Shakti of the Divine Mother, is always portrayed in iconic representation as a radiance. Therefore, Bhairavi can be interpreted as the fierce and radiant one. So we need to combine these two aspects in the iconic representation. Bhairavi is revered as one of the 10 Mahavidyas, the great wisdom goddess in Tantric tradition. She embodies the energy of creation, preservation, and destruction, which underscores the cyclical nature of the universe. This is what we are slowly also now coming to understand, that there was no Big Bang, but we have a universe which came out of something and it continues to exist and it will go into something else. As a representation of Shakti, the universal life force, Bhairavi is both nurturing and fierce. She leads devotees to transcend their ego, helping them realize their innate divine nature and encouraging them to see the world itself as a manifestation of divine power. This is very fundamental and it is very much needed for an understanding of what truly is the divine. The inseparability, the non-dual aspect of the created and the creator is something which is a very valid point to be appreciated. Consequently, Bhairavi serves as a guide for spiritual transformation and liberation, reinforcing the tantric view of non-duality, where material and spiritual worlds are inseparable and sacred. In the rich interpretive texture of the Hindu Tantra, Bhairavi emerges as a resplendent symbol of divine feminine, encapsulating the transformative and omnipotent force of Shakti. Her essence is not static, it is dynamic and cyclical interplay of creation, preservation, and destruction that mirrors the universal rhythmic pulse. This symbolic interpretation reinforces the interconnectedness of all existence, inviting practitioners to perceive the universe as a manifestation of divine consciousness. This is very fundamental in the concept of panentheism. Bhairavi represents fullness of Shakti, the universal life force and divine power that imbues every aspect of existence. Shakti in her embodiment as Bhairavi serves as the fierce yet nurturing guide, leading devotees towards the transcendence of ego and the realization of life's sacred nature. Through her, practitioners are encouraged to embrace the dualities of life, recognizing them as complementary aspects of single unifying reality. In this way, Bhairavi embodies an important tantric tenet, which is the inseparability of material and spiritual elements, both of which are seen as sacred expression of the divine. Many of you who may know about science and what's happening right now in fundamental quantum physics is that there is no such thing as particle. Everything is vibration of energy. The tantric view of Bhairavi is echoed in many spiritual traditions across the world, each presenting their own nature and their own intervention of the divine feminine as a symbol of universal creativity and essence. In Christian mysticism, the figure of divine wisdom or Sophia, encapsulates a very similar theme. In Hebrew and Aramaic, Sophia is referred as Shekinah or Ruah, both being feminine. Sophia is often regarded as the feminine aspect of God, infusing creation with the creative potential and with the divine essence. She embodies the creative power of God, nurturing and life-giving force, similar to all-pervading energy of Bhairavi. Hildegard of Bingen, a medieval Christian mystic in Germany, wrote extensively about Sophia, describing the world as animated by God's greening power. In Latin, she called it viriditas. This concept mirrors the life-affirming vibrancy and sacred immanence that Bhairavi represents, highlighting the presence of the divine within the natural world. Furthermore, the Holy Spirit in Christian theology serves as a parallel to Bhairavi in many aspects. Described as a vital force that moves through and animates all things, the Holy Spirit shares Bhairavi's role as an intermediary between divine and the mundane, expressing the sacred unity of life. This emphasizes the doctrine that divine is not removed from the world, but is embedded within it, manifesting continuously through creation. Beyond bounds of Hindu-Christian tradition, other mythological frameworks echo the archetype of the divine feminine. Greek mythology, Gaia is the primeval goddess of the earth and embodies the primal creative powers that sustain life. Gaia, like Bhairavi, represents a foundational life force that animates the universe and ensures its continuance. Like Bhairavi, these figures emphasize the interconnectedness and unity of existence, where the divine flows through all aspects of life, both transient and eternal. The universal spiritual insight provided by Bhairavi's fullness is profound. It invites humanity to view the world not as a separate physical realm, but as a vibrant embodiment of the divine. This perception encourages practitioners across various traditions to experience existence as a sacred dynamic interplay of power and love. It calls for an acknowledgement of the divine in every moment, in every aspect of life, leading to a deeper, more integrated understanding of self and the universe. This view challenges the often rigid dichotomies imposed by traditional religious practices, such as sacred versus the profane, or the divine versus the mortal. Instead, it invites a recognition of the divine within our everyday experience, thereby nurturing a more holistic and inclusive spirituality. Such an approach fosters an awareness of the world as inherently sacred, urging individuals to live with reverence, compassion, and a sense of responsibility so that the oneness of all existence could be understood. In embracing Bhairavi's teaching, one learns to transcend fear and duality, realizing that destruction and creation are part of the same continuum, essential for transformation and rebirth. This we can see in nature. This understanding fosters resilience, adaptability, qualities needed to navigate the vicissitudes of life with grace. It also highlights the importance of accepting and honoring the full spectrum of human experience, from joy to sorrow, as facets of the divine play. Moreover, Bhairavi's fierceness underscores the importance of self-empowerment and the courage to face one's own shadows. By confronting and integrating these aspects of oneself, practitioners can achieve spiritual liberation and a profound connection to the divine. This transformation leads to an enriched life that honors the sacredness in all interactions and endeavors. In conclusion, Bhairavi essence as a vibrant embodiment of Shakti is a powerful reminder of the divine immanence and transcendence. Her symbolism cuts across cultural, religious barriers, offering a timeless and universal perspective on the sacredness of all existence. Through her teachings, we are reminded that the world is not merely a temporal playground, but a profound expression of divine wisdom and power. May the divine feminine empower each one of us to be a proactive participant in this creation. Thank you for watching and listening, and have a great life.